Well, it's been a while, but finally it is back. This is Tom's Viral. Hello and welcome back to Tom's Viral. All I can do is apologise. Things have been so hectic at Nash. We've just had to put the Viral on the back burner for a while, until now that is. With all the messages we've been getting via Nash and from me personally about bringing the Viral back and wanting to see more, we just couldn't ignore them any longer. We had to get things going again. And what a way to return with a bumper filled episode to kick things off. Let's do this. So what exactly have we got coming up in this first episode, I hear you ask? Well, first we're going to have a catch up with all the lads here at Nash HQ and see what they've been catching over the last few months. We're then going to have a look back at the awesome social we had back at Bramble Mir. You can tell it's been a while. We're then going to have a look back at a little social we had back in the spring at the awesome Bramble Mir. We've then got some awesome behind the scenes footage. Awesome. Of the amazing Cops and Church Lakes captures from the opening weeks. And finally, you may or may not have already seen that a couple of months back, Alan, Matt and myself travelled across the pond to Florida on a fishing / travelling adventure. Well, we took the cameras with us, we filmed absolutely everything. Trust me, that is well worth sticking around for. So without any further ado, let's crack on. So what exactly have the team been up to on the bank recently? Our videographer Dan Yeomans had great success on a few local club waters over the winter, catching fish to over £30. He then moved on to a local stretch of his river and managed an absolute minter of a £28 mirror. He and Loz were then sent over to Austria to attend one of the road shows out there. Obviously they took the rods with them. Often a few of us lads are sent here, there and everywhere all across Europe to attend these shows, and there can be some long old journeys involved with these European road shows. But when you're in the van with one of your mates, the tunes are playing, you're buzzing because you're on a bit of an adventure, like... Especially when you're with a mate and you're having a great time together.
I swear to God, Dan, I'm going to stab you in the neck with a bang stick. I really will. Get out of my face.
Anyway, first night, lost a bit of a chunk.
What's running, Loz?
I think I've got a carp on. It's a carp fish.
Bream.
It's definitely not a bream.
And it's fair to say he wasn't too happy about it, but then again, if it was a lake record, 70 pounder, biggest fish in the lake, then neither would you be, really, would you? A tough few days followed for the lads, working during the day and fishing only at night. And the locals told them that the best way to get one was travelling light, keeping on the move and just generally trying to find the fish.
Jesus Christ.
They blanked. Anyway, with that all behind them, it wasn't long before they were both back across the channel, this time for pleasure, and this time to the awesome Belgium to meet up with European consultant and good friend Yella. So off some, I guess. Well, long story short, they made up for their bad Austrian experience by landing several fish to over £43 and witnessing Yella land an absolute monster of over £60.
Oh yeah!
Chunk alert. I'm sure you've all heard of Mikey Wilson's success on the Essex Manor back in the spring, smashing PBs left, right and centre. My God, we have. I'm only joking, of course. He's absolutely smashed it up this spring. First, he finished his campaign on a local club water in fine style.
Keep great, man.
I was actually there with him for his last session, and on the final morning, I think he had 3 or 4 20s that he hadn't caught up until this point, and topped it off with a £30 common, a new 30 for the venue as well, I believe.
Come on!
an absolute perfect way to end his campaign on the club lake. Obviously I blanked, that didn't matter. I was just there to take a few photos and video, you know, as always. He then got his manor ticket and got stuck in straight away, basically. I think it was only his second session. He had a real red letter day. I think he started off with a 37 pounder, which was a new PB at the time. Then a few hours later, he had a 41, which again was a new PB. And then literally a couple of hours after that, he had the famous Stella, the 48 pounds. Obviously that was a new PB as well. And what's more, all Mikey's fish were caught whilst testing the new key cray bait, which will be available soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And then there's to the D. Ollie Davis, who has had an awesome year fishing the Horton complex, and he's done it in true Ollie style as well, just fishing little spots in the edge, a little bit of key flake here and there, a little sawn off in between a bush, like proper angling. And you would have seen all the results, you would have seen the wood carving, you would have seen his 40 pound common, and all the others as well that are just, the list is endless. So big ups to the D, that's good angling, mate. And then there's me. Well, I decided against the syndicate ticket this year purely due to the fact of the limited time I knew I'd have at my disposal. Decided to get back over Silver End for another go. Last year I concentrated my efforts on the front pit, which you probably would have seen in Nash 2015. So this year I thought, why not, I'm going to give the back pit a go. So I decided to set myself a little mission. There's a fair few fish in the back pit, but in amongst them remains a few of the old original scaly old warrior carp with a lot of history about them. One in particular is a fish they call Ghost. It's actually a fish that Kevin caught himself some 33 years ago, 19 pound I believe, which makes that fish, it must be 40 odd years old. I love stuff like this. It's not about the size, it's I told ya, I love stuff like this. It's not about the size for me, it's about it's never been about size for me, it's always been about it's never been about size for me. I'd much rather target or catch a fish that's got a bit of history about it and has got a story to tell, you know? So that was the plan. Little did I know that I would achieve it so soon. So I started off really well, catching a few stockies. 21 pound. I think it was only my third or fourth night in. Done a quick overnight in between work and lo and behold, managed to catch a ghost. I'm trying to think of the Lashy pace. He's got it in a portrait like that, and he's holding it like the head's right up here, the tail's down here.
And that was like 35 years ago or something.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
How mad is that, man? Safe.
That is ancient.
You could say it was a little bit of a fluke, what with there being so many fish in the back pit, but to be honest with you, didn't care one bit, like, job done. Anyway, I carried on fishing for the following few weeks and managed to catch a few more fish, including a lovely fully scaled, again one of the originals that doesn't get caught much, so I'm told. I think it's 24 pounds or something. Yeah, wicked carp, proper old warrior. And yeah, all in all, had a really enjoyable spring, doing something a little bit different. Bramble Mir. So we first visited Bramble Mir back in November of last year. At the time the weather was appalling. We knew it was fishing crap. We got told this in advance, but we decided to go anyway. We booked it and we were just going to go and have a little social and see what it was all about. Lo and behold, we all blanked. We had a great little social and we decided to book up there and then for the following spring. It's just something about Bramble. You drive through that gate, it gets locked behind you and the place is just yours. It feels safe, it feels lovely. It's a lovely place to sit for a couple of days. You just feel like you're on a little mini holiday. That's without mentioning the incredible carp that live in there, you know. We decided to do the draw for the swims a couple of days previous back at Nash. To make it fair, we thought we'd do the swims and then whenever anyone turns up they can just go straight to their swim and crack on.
What are we doing today, Les?
We're having a draw for swims, actually.
For what?
For the lads.
For what, lads?
Nash team.
What are we doing?
Having a draw for the lads, the Nash team.
Where are we going?
Fishing.
Where?
Bramble Mir.
Yeah, that's right.
You ain't got to pick straight away.
There he is, I can't actually see him. Right, basically we've got Carl Smith, Tom Forman, Matt Downing AK Nipples, Mikey Wilson, Loz Smart who's trying to get hold of Jordan Dix.
Oh, it's Jordan Dix.
Jordan Dix from Bristol Angling Centre.
Alright, Jordan.
And then we've got Les who's going to do the draw.
Ready?
Good,
First person.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Lay him out then, look, yeah.
Dan Yeoman.
First one out,
Oh,
Daniel.
no, I got it wrong. Lost Smart.
Oh no!
He's mugged me.
I'll pay that.
No,
Right.
you already have it. Matt Downing.
Matt Downing.
Second out the draw, mate.
Third person out. Jordan Dix.
Jordan Dex.
Jordan Dix, third person. Fourth person, Dan Yeoman. Talked about him, Mike Wilson.
Mikey Wilson.
Talked to Carl Smith. Carl Smith.
Tommy Forman out last.
Comes to your turn.
I need an hour because my boy Brian at Hinders has just sent him the map.
Nah, no hours.
No
No.
hours, mate.
The rules specifically stated no faffing.
No fatting.
Right, George,
Alright, mate.
get on the chat now.
Bye,
You're
Carp.
third. Nice one.
See you in a
Bye,
bit.
George.
Safe.
Thanks, Les.
No problem.
The first morning was mainly spent sort of looking around, getting to grips with the place, trying to see fish really, a few casts here and there. We also spent a bit of time in the out of bounds area. Steve kindly let us get the GoPros out and film in a gin clear sort of water behind the reeds. We got some wicked footage of the fish sort of feeding right in the edge close to the camera. But at the same time, I wasn't prepared to sit there all weekend and watch fish that I couldn't fish for. So we were all back in our swims, trying to find a few spots, and soon had the rods out.
Hello.
Easy now, Carl.
How you doing? Don't feel my rig card top.
Well, we're here at Bramble Mir. A few of us lads from the office have come down for a nice social weekend. We arrived this morning, there was fish boshing everywhere. We're all excited to get the rods out. No carpers yet, but it's just approaching the first night. The lads are rushing around to get their rods out before dark. Then we're going to have a nice barbecue and see what the night brings. And just as we were about to all go back to our swims and get our rods out, my rod was away.
No, of course it isn't.
Fight, mate. Not worth 42 quid though.
Fucking no way.
Get in there. Get in there, man.
That's some fish, Tom.
Tom. I'm happy, man. I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. I think it's fair to say I was quite happy.
Tom has got the ultimate scaly.
Steve kindly let us sack the fish up until the morning so we could get some proper footage of it and like try and do the fish justice.
Oh, that is a wrong and
The obligatory scale shot for Instagram. Yeah, that's good to hear.
Aperture collective. Sorry.
Yeah. What a carp. Well, here's my contribution to the hectic feeding spell last night. We had a few runs in quick succession. Managed to catch this 26-pound absolute immaculate fully. This is why we come to Bramble Mir. Big up Bramble Mir. So on the first night my trip was made, you know, I just wanted the other lads to catch one. Loz was next off the mark. We all decided to go around and have a little look. He was actually quite unlucky, to be fair, because of all the scaly mirrors and fully scaled and linears and whatnot in the lake, he actually went and caught one of the few commons. It was a beautiful fish, 20 pounds or so, and yeah, he was off the mark.
You're not going to give me 30 for this? So, spring social at Bramble Mir, and yeah, flick the rods out. A couple of hours later, this dumpy little common rattled off, and well happy with that. Off the mark. A few showing over the spot still, so let's see if we can bag another one. Nice fully. £30 2-ounce fully.
That's the most fully scaled fully I've ever seen, Loz.
They call it the perfect fully.
I wonder why.
There's no commons in it. Day ticket specialist.
that afternoon turned out to be a little bit quiet over our side of the lake, so Dan, Carl and I decided to get a little bit creative, shall we say.
We didn't bring a shelter and we didn't anticipate this sort of weather for the social, so we needed an area
Where we can congregate, socialise
and drink tea.
So a two-man double top, right?
That would be the sensible option, you know, working at Nash we have access to those sort of things, but no, we didn't bring anything, so we've constructed the manta ray.
Welcome to the manta ray.
Let's get this in.
sloping sides for easy run off.
What about this this like net design in the middle?
Carl, you can take some credit for this one actually. This is kind of your brainchild.
Well, that net spreads the top of the ground, the overwrap, for us to sit and drink tea and watch the water.
The manta ray, available in all good retailers from September. Whilst we were being creative, Loz had snuck off and done a little bit of stalking. It paid off for him as he soon had an absolute minter of a £25 linear in the net.
Loz has fallen in. Loz has fallen in.
Do you want a hand to get out?
And he's got a carp.
It's a bit late now.
It's coming out, it's coming out. You got it, you got it, you got it. It's a big one as well. It is though. Oh, it's a good one.
Shut up.
Sorry. It's a belter.
Come on, you fuck. Come on, Scaly!
Yes, Lord! He's falling in, but he don't care. Oh yeah.
Should do.
Scaly.
Fish number 2 for Loz.
Yeah, we'll have that, mate.
Nice scaly carp.
There she is. Cracking linear. That is the one that I came for, so I am well chuffed. Nice little margin spot. Seen 5 or 6 fish visiting it all day, but none of them are even half this size, so where this guy come from I have no idea.
Whilst that was all happening, on the other side of the lake, Mikey had managed to land a couple, including a right old character.
Come on, girls, we go around the other side.
You made some friends, Tom.
Yeah, they know. Look. Come on, girls. Going to see Mikey. He's got a lovely scaly one for us. Come on. Come on. Bit harsh.
The weather was appalling that afternoon, and just as Mikey got the fish out of the net for a few photos, the heavens opened with rain and sleet and all sorts.
Say, make the most of it. Say it's hailing, but that don't matter. We're still here catching carp. It's April. Conditions are against us. God.
Right, so this is my second fish of our Bramble Mir social, and I've got what we come for. A Bramble Mir original, £23 this one, absolutely over the moon. Yeah. Conditions are absolutely grim, but I just had this bite and Loz had one 5 minutes before, so it's obviously switched the fish on. There's been no action all day, so hopefully there's going to be a few more bites tonight.
We had a bit of a barbecue that evening. Good friend Jordan Dix come down. We had a great little social and a few beers to celebrate. Carl was on pest control that night. He was the only one to actually get a bite though, so fair play to him for that.
Get it out, the carp.
Get it out.
Mikey had a lovely fully scaled the following morning, and Matt next door also got in on the action.
Alright, this is my third bite of the trip. Now my fourth bite of the trip and my third fish. Fortunately I lost one yesterday, but this one rattled off. First light this morning, just over £21. Absolutely made up with this one.
Can you cut my toggles in, Wills?
Yeah, but we've well bonded, haven't we, over this weekend?
Put a bit of water on it, Matt.
Well, I've had a brilliant weekend, Carl.
That's nice.
Thanks for having me.
That's
Had a
alright.
right good social. I haven't got much more to say for myself. Lovely Bramble Mir carps.
All in all, it was a great weekend spent in great company, and I guarantee we'll be back at Bramble Mir soon.
Hi everyone. Just going to take you for a little journey down to the copse in the church. Safe.
So, as you guys are probably aware by now, this year Kevin decided to open up his famous church and copse lakes to the public. I spent quite a bit of time down the lakes, mainly photographing fish for the visiting anglers. Some of the times we took the cameras with us and managed to get some wicked behind the scenes footage.
It's Les Cam. What we got, Les?
46 in the night, 20 past 1.
Nice.
Lovely. Maggot rig. The old Medusa.
That'll do. Bit of water, Les.
PB. Well done. Thank you. Thanks, Loz. She's gone.
It's common.
Who is it?
Right, ready? Let's do it.
How big, mate?
40 seconds, so.
Tail attached. Oh, that's the one, right?
2 PBs in 24 hours.
Yeah. 2 PVs in 24 hours.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's about.
Chunk alert.
What caused the fish? Smile. Big smiles.
We also had good friend of ours, Yohi, over from Japan for a visit to Nash HQ. Yohi is the editor of one of Japan's biggest and only carp fishing magazines, and it was his dream to come over to the UK and just experience a bit of English carp fishing. What better way to experience a bit of UK carp fishing than a couple of nights fishing on the church?
Well, I've spotted one. Yeah, I've seen one just in the margins down there. Just there. Where? Just there. Someone's float fishing for it.
Where? Oh yeah, look. There it is.
Les Cam.
Morning, good morning, good morning.
You right?
Morning. Very nice.
Very nice, mate.
Well done. Well done.
Yes.
Good.
Lovely carp. This is your first ever mirror carp, yeah?
This is the first time to catch mirror. Lovely time.
Lovely time.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah, oh, it's a babby.
It's a small one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Skills, mate. Yo, he was literally buzzing the whole time. He managed several fish. For us to witness him catching his first mirror carp, it was really good to see. So that was just a fraction of what was caught during the opening weeks on both the Church and Copse lakes. And for those of you that don't know, both the lakes are now available for public fishing on sort of a 5-day, Monday to Friday booking system. For more information, for availability and pricing, etc., then head over to the website, which is on screen now. And whilst on the subject of lakes, I'm hoping you will have all seen by now, we are literally on the verge of opening our first ever brand new day ticket lakes up in Royston in Cambridgeshire. We have all worked so hard over the last 2 years to get the lakes to what they are today. Yeah, it's not been easy. Weekends, evenings after work, they're ready, and they're ready to be fished. There's a nice little promo video up on our Nash TV channel now from when the lads fished it. So be sure to go check that out. Just visit nashlakes.com and we'll hopefully see you down at some point in the near future. Florida. I've been lucky enough to fish some incredible places in the past, all over Europe, even as far as Asia, but the States, and in particular Florida, has always been on my list.
Well, it's our can't quite believe I'm doing it. It's our first morning in Florida. Matt's just having a little fish. Turned up at our first spot and I've gone for a walk round. As you do, see what you can see in that. Found an alligator. It's massive! We're gonna get real close. Look at it.
Oh my day. Oh my god.
It's a gator, man.
So we've been warned by the guys at the tackle shop. They'll be all the way up and down this highway, and just to stay well clear. Me and Alan had other ideas. Tried to shove a camera in his face.
Just yeah, in the Everglades with Tommy Forman. And we've gone and found ourselves an alligator.
Oh my god.
No way!
We did eventually get around to doing a bit of fishing that morning. Alan managed to finally get a bite and land some crazy looking snakehead thing.
I think it's some kind of snakehead. It doesn't look as evil as some of the varieties, but he put up a wicked fight on my little scope. Big up Miami.
After a quick Mackie D's, we moved up the highway to another spot that one of Alan's friends had put us on. Turned out to be a drain running through a busy area of the city, had a massive shopping mall one side and an elementary school the other side, and it was just crazy. It was the last place in the world you'd expect to find any fish, but after a couple of hours with the lures, we'd managed to catch a few different species, including some aggy looking cichlid things.
Wow, the teeth. Just check out that for a predator.
What the hell is that? What is that?
It's some half bass, half snakehead. Go on.
Yeah.
And that was that. Day one was complete. We took our sunburnt selves back to the hotel for some much needed rest. Once again, we were up early doors, bags were packed, and we were ready to start our road trip down the Florida Keys. Before leaving Miami, we decided we had to stop off at the world famous Pro Bass shop just on the outside of Miami. It's fair to say we were like 3 kids in a sweet shop.
I'm cutting in with a trolley.
You're going to need another suitcase, aren't you?
I'm taking another bag out, 100%. It's never ending. No chance. They just keep appearing.
I ended up spending $200 on stuff that I'll definitely never use. 3 hours later, and we'd finally arrived in the famous fishing town of Isla Morada. First stop, Bramble Mir. Bramble Mir is one of the famous fishing ports in the town, and after feeding the tarpon, we booked ourselves a couple of trips for the following day. Again, we were up at the crack of dawn to meet our skipper for the day, Bruce.
Alright guys, let's go get some bait, go catch some fish.
We spent the morning fishing for all sorts of different species really. We caught absolutely loads. Yeah, I loved it. It was a really good morning.
What is it, Bruce? I know, scrap.
Gag grouper. First one of the trip. Another new species off the list.
Mangrove.
That's what we're catching in Miami.
Like that?
Yeah, loads of them.
After a little bit of lunch, we were back out that evening for round 2, but this time things were getting a little bit more serious. Tarpon fishing. Bruce, our guide, told us that if we really wanted to catch a tarpon, then evening into night was the best time to do it.
This is us. We arrived at the spot. Got a huge bridge there. Drifting live crabs underneath a little cork float. Yeah, rod's gonna get pulled out of our arms basically.
Okay, so here you go, guys. Like this. Let it out, just like that.
Yeah.
Let it out, let it out.
About twice as far as that out.
Long story short, it was the most incredible evenings fishing I'd ever experienced.
Yeah, I just had a little tap. And again. Strike.
You got him. Nice job, son. Damn, can I call it or what, baby? Reel him in.
Thank you, Bruce. It's just down here, Tom. Well, I can't believe it. Matt's just had one. I've drifted my float out. It's been out there for 2-3 minutes again. Another blue crab, and got that pluck, and another pluck, and then it just set off. It's jumped out of the water probably half a dozen times. There's fishing, and then there's fishing. This is the fishing. Oh man.
Unfortunately, due to it being near on dark, we didn't get the footage we would have liked to of it. Really didn't do it justice. However, in the space of only a couple of hours, Matt and Alan both managed to land a tarpon each, both around 100 pounds.
Thank you, guys.
Nothing to it, baby.
Typically, by the time it got round to being my go, the tarpon had disappeared. They moved so quickly, we just couldn't catch them in time, and we ran out of time basically. I was a little bit gutted, I'm not going to lie. I'd love to have caught on myself, but getting to witness that was enough for me. You know, it was a real team effort, and the buzz was just unreal. Before we knew it, we were back out on the boat with Bruce, this time heading to a famous location they call Jurassic Park in search of some sharks. This was definitely a bit of me, like this is what I've been waiting for. I wanted to catch a shark.
Yeah. Wait.
Suspense.
Hit him.
Well, we've just turned up in Jurassic Park. We've been here all of 10-15 minutes. Got the rods out the back of the boat,
and yeah, Tommy's up to fish. Look at that. Snap him. Go on, Bruce.
Go on, Brucey. Mate. Got him? Yeah, I think we get it.
Well done.
Nothing to it.
Caught a shark, haven't we? Mate. That's the ones.
No, it's not just because I caught a baby tarpon.
What are you doing?
Stretching.
What you caught, Matt?
A shark, and now I've got a key life pie. It's good at it.
The world famous.
It's damn good.
See that? See it drop like that?
I still think you might lose it.
Whoa! Whoa! Throwing his buddy under the bus, man.
Just bring that other rod in.
Yeah.
Help a brother out.
Shark pants. Shark fishing pants. Matt, go on, you get in there.
Boom! Yeah! Yes. Well done. Thank you. Big ups.
We all managed to land bull sharks for over £150. We had several throughout the day. It was just incredible. A little bit scary at times, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, one-off experience for sure. That afternoon we bid farewell to Bruce and Isle of Radar and hit the road once more. Next stop, Key West. We were only actually in Key West for 24 hours, so we didn't get a chance to do any fishing. Instead, we just decided to chill out for the day and do a bit of exploring. We dropped off the hire car as we decided to get the famous Key West ferry up to our next destination, Fort Myers. The plan was to meet up with good friend of ours, Steve O'Rourke, who has a place out in Fort Myers, and most importantly, a boat. We'd spend the next 3 days with Steve out on his boat, and it just turned out to be the most amazing 3 days fishing ever.
It's only a puppy.
That's a little shark. Goes mental. He's probably only about, what, £10? 10, £12?
I can't believe it's that, the size. That's literally like
Tiny.
tiny.
There you go. Out.
Hell yeah!
A little shark.
What, on a prong?
Yeah, on a prong.
What'd you catch on that?
On a prong.
Prong?
Go on, Escape.
Dench gang. Scope can cope. Like a pearlescent silver.
Coffee pose. That's what we wanted.
Just catching shark after shark after shark. All this sort of size, real great fun. But we're going to get moving, Steve, you reckon?
We're going to get some big things.
So many species, sharks, groupers, snappers, all sorts. It was just endless. Like, I loved every minute of it. Alan also managed to catch a cobia of almost 40 pounds, which is apparently a specimen for the species. I'd never heard of one, let alone see one, so that was really good to witness.
Looks like it's got some carp somewhere.
Hell yeah! America! Freedom!
Where's your shirt, bro? Taco Bell!
Spinner bait! There she goes!
However, there was still more to come.
Samberhead. Take it nice and steady, no jerking and cut to the right.
Tiger?
No, probably a lemon.
We're going to do it again.
Just as long as you don't take 200 again, I'll be alright. Work for your line, you must.
Beautiful.
You hold the wire. Yeah? Yep. Then I've got to try and get hold of the tail. Come here. I need to try and grab it. It's a caught fish. Thank you. Right, let's get back. Let's get back. Get someone else on hook it up.
Matt managed to catch what we think, if I remember rightly, was a yellow shark. It was about 150 pounds. We nearly lost the rod. It was an epic battle. And then he went and followed it up with this absolute monster of a nurse shark. Saying that.
You're gonna fight me, Steve. So.
Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Steve estimated it at around 350 to 400 pounds, and it, to be honest, it looked every bit of it. It was massive. £300, maybe more.
Yes, my arms. Shaking.
And that was it. That was the icing on the cake of what was just an incredible trip. Yeah, Florida. An experience I'll never forget. Any of us will ever forget. A dream come true for sure. And that is that. I really hope you've enjoyed the return of Tom's Viral, and I can assure you that that is only the start of things to come. See you soon.